Peace, fam. It's your brother Cool. Happy holy day, Islam. So, this particular discussion I want to have is the fact that it's a new day and age. It's a new time. It's a brand new time for us as people. It's a brand new time. Uh, it's brand new. Although there's nothing new under the sun, everything is still brand new. Everything is new. Although it's the same, it's not the same. It's not exactly as it was prior. There are some things that are different. All right, nothing remains the same. So, with that being said, especially after this eclipse taking place, it's been about a week. It'll be a week Sunday. All right, since the eclipse, and energetically, some changes have been happening, not only to this planet but to us, and some things are becoming more. We're becoming more aware of. All right, and so with that being said, at this point in time, it's kind of like if you're not at least on the track, or finding your way around the track, or you're at least aware that there is a track, then you're gonna be fooled, man. You're gonna be fooled, and it's gonna be real sad. It's gonna be real sad because a lot of brothers and sisters, listen, I know it's hard to want to save all of your loved ones. Like, once you discover nationality, you want to save everyone. You want to save everyone who you hold dear. You want to tell them about it. You want them to hop on board. And I'm sorry to say this to you, but not all of them are going to hop on board. Not all of them are going to get with the program. Not all of them are going to wake up to their nationality and birthrights. It's not something meant for everyone to do. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's a pill that has to be swallowed nonetheless. Especially when we're in a position where we are awake, we are aware of the urgency, and we're doing what we need to do to get our house in order. We can't afford to be exuding our energy to help save someone who isn't trying to save themselves. This is no longer the time for that, because if you now stop your cycle or your time to become the best version of yourself, and you use that to try to help someone else make changes that they don't really want to make in their own mind, then you're going to go down with them. So instead of one being gone, there's going to be two gone. And out of the two, one of them was actually genuine and good-hearted and had potential, but they wasted their own talents trying to awaken someone who has no vision, who has no fire to improve themselves. Don't do it to yourself. All right? Even the prophet said, if you can't convince your brother or sister that they are not Negro, black, or colored, leave it at that. Don't continue having the conversation. Don't waste your energy. Okay? Our energy is precious. Okay? Doing the great work and uplifting fallen humanity. Those who are doing that work, our energy and our time is precious. It's not something to be wasted. It's not something to be just fiddled with. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that our time is more valuable than anyone else's time. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the time that we do utilize is utilized to help spread information that helps millions. That helps millions. Okay? So it's not even about tooting your own horn. It's the point of what you do is important. If what you do is important, then it's important. And that don't need to be qualified. It don't need to be defended. Because truth is truth, and truth is important. So if what you speak is important, then that means it's truth. And truth is important. It's very important. But we got to get to the point where we have to start standing on our own. You know what I'm saying? We can help each other and point each other in the right direction. But when it comes to putting writs and going through processes and taking up suits, you got to know what you are doing. You. Because if you don't, See, so here's the options. It's either you know what you're doing or you hire an attorney. You feel me? Those are the scales. And I'm a Libra, so I know scales very well. I know scales very, very well. Okay? I know scales very well. I'm a Libra, Taurus, and Virgo. So, with that being said, it's either you know what you're doing and you can speak for yourself, or you don't know what you're doing and you got an attorney. It's either those two options. There's no middle ground. There's no in between. It's just black or white. Either you stand on your own too, or someone got to hold your hand. That's it. That's it. Which one are you? Which one are you? If you're the guy, or if you're the noble or noblesse who needs to hire an attorney, then just know you've already given jurisdiction to the court, and therefore you already submitted yourself to the popes of Rome. You've already submitted yourself to the jurisdiction of the District of Columbia. You've already submitted yourself to the jurisdiction of color of law, without you even having to say anything. So this is why it's important for you to stand on your own, because if you stand on your own, then you have your own laws you can exude and enforce, but you can't exude and enforce something you don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk about math if I don't know nothing about numbers. You see what I'm saying? So we have a lot of brothers and sisters out here who want and who are of good heart and who want to save everyone. But I'm telling y'all, listen, if we all try to save everybody, then nothing is going to get done, and we're all going to go down. Okay? We're all going to go down, because we are not meant to be martyrs for anyone. Not even to each other. We're not supposed to be martyrs. Martyrdom is not something that we do. Alright? We don't do that. And if you do that, you're way out of line. You're not in tune. So this is what I'm saying. You can't help someone who don't want to help themselves. So save yourself your energy and your time and put it towards something useful, like yourself. Because if you have the heart and you're willing to save your ass, then stop wasting your energy trying to save someone else's ass who don't see it yet. If they don't see it yet, that's because they don't see you yet. If you're the person in their life trying to put them in that direction of positivity to do something progressive with their life, then and they're not seeing it, that's because they're not seeing you. Because you are a reflection of them. So if they're not seeing it, that's because they're not seeing themselves. So rather than you trying to take that energy and focus on uplifting them, you need to uplift yourself. And uplifting yourself, vice versa, will uplift them, because they will what? See you. You think my family, at first, when I came with nationality, they were all on board? Of course not. They looked at me like I was crazy. But that didn't stop my mentality. Either way, whether I was alone or with them, I was going to rock out with my nationality and my birthrights. I was not going back. So guess what happens? They started to see me, because I focused on me and what I needed to do to make sure I stand on my square. And when they saw me on my square, it inspired them to now want to go do the research to see what I was looking at. Now they're all on their square. But if I was worried about them, then, and I was like, yo, if they don't catch on, then maybe it's not worth it. And I just kind of like, weakened out or bitched out in that way, then none of us would have ever woken up. So what I'm saying is, don't get discouraged, because you have certain family members or certain friends who are not getting on board, and you don't want things to happen to them. Everyone is here for a different journey. Everyone is here for a different journey. You don't know what we've done in our previous lifetimes. You don't know what each other has experienced in their previous lifetimes. So you don't know what the hell we are here for right now. What tasks we're here to complete, what jobs we're here to finish, what things we're here to undo that we did do previously in our lifetime. So please, please, and please, alright? Take this thing seriously. And just know, it's either those two options. Either you stand on your own, or somebody got to hold your hand. Most likely an attorney. which is an Esquire, okay, for England. So I know the information is a lot. It's a lot of information. But that's why I asked y'all to rock out with me, because I know it's a lot of information. I go through all the information. Not all of it, because there's still plenty more to go. So the information that I do go through, I'm compressing and putting it in a digestible form. All right? This is why I'm putting these curriculum books together. Like I said, once you go to the Sunel University page and check out the video I did on the curriculum books, I presented 3 curriculum books. I finished 2 more since that time where I posted that video. So now I have 5 curriculum books on sale. Okay, that goes into nationality and trust, that goes into American history, that goes into the King Alfred Rex Plan and the Libra Code and how we're living in martial law. All right, silent weapons. You know what I'm saying? Titles of the nobility, so we know what type of titles, or so we can get an idea of how we should be proclaiming our free name and nationality. What title best suits us to get out of that European, diaspora. So that book is on deck. You know what I'm saying? Then I got the Barbary Treaties book, which displays all of the treaties between the United States and the Moroccan Empire. And in that treaty, though it was translated from Arabic, which is the original tongue or the original language it was written in that one it states the Almaricanos. All right? The Almaricanos, the American states, the Estados Almaricanos. So we need to get it right, y'all. All right? We need to get it right. So we have treaties in place. Nobody wants to utilize these things. Everybody want to be black, African American. That's your problem. But I choose to honor my ancestors because I want my days on the earth to be long and plentiful. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that's going to happen is if I'm in honor of my ancestors. If I am fearless enough to say who I am and be who I am all day, every day, no matter where I'm at. No matter where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I've been working. I know it seems like it's been real quiet, but I'm working. All right? I'm putting things together because I don't have the energy or the time to focus on what other people are doing. I got to focus on me. You know what I'm saying? I got my heir, I got my seed, I got my family, so I got to make sure things are set. You know what I'm saying? So I got to make sure I'm on top of my game, on my square, for my baby. No one else is going to be there for my baby like I'm going to be there for my baby. You see what I'm saying? So it's our duty to not only uplift our heirs, but to make sure they are raised in right knowledge. And right knowledge starts with who they are and where they come from. And who they are and where they come from is not African, and they didn't come off no damn slave ships. That ain't their history. And once we start to comprehend that, things start to change. Internally, things start to change, and then you start seeing things externally manifest. Like before I'm here in this particular state, you know what I'm saying? Before I'm in this particular state, certain things had to happen. Certain things had to change internally first. I had to see myself differently before this actually manifested before your eyes today. You see what I'm saying? This is my nationality. This is what was cloaked. This is what they tried to take from me. This is what the colonists tried to take from me. They didn't want me to remember who I am and where I come from and what I represent and the government of which I'm a citizen of. They didn't want me to remember these things, but I remembered because it was destined for me to remember. The same way it's destined for you to remember. That's why even regard of all this bullshit, the chemtrails, the stuff they put in the water, the stuff they put in the food, you're still awake, you're still doing the research, and you're still aware of what's taking place. That means you're special. Don't waste your specialness. Don't waste it. And certainly don't waste it being around no niggas who don't want to change, who don't want to see no change, nor do they want to be the change they want to see. That's lame in 2017. And we ain't got no more room for that. So, honestly, if your agenda, coming into nationality is how to sue people, how to put liens on people, how to get money, how to discharge this, how to tap into the TDA account, then you need to pause your brakes. You need to rewind. If that's your purpose for coming into nationality and birthrights, pause. All right? Because that ain't got nothing to do with nationality and birthrights. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. When you go into commerce without understanding principles of morality, principles of character, a national character and principles. When you bypass these things and go right into commerce, this is how you get yourself into commercial or economic slavery, because you don't have no principles in place within your traditions or your culture to protect you from making bad business decisions, from agreeing to bad contracts. Your culture and your traditions protects you in the business world. But everyone wants to jump into the business world without no motherfucking tradition or culture backing them up to keep them grounded, rooted, to make sure they never waver from that agenda, which is the work of Allah, which is the work of the Prophet. That's the problem. And until that changes, nothing is going to change. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really sad. It's really sad because everything is here at our fingertips. We don't need to go take trips to law libraries to go find information. Now everything is on Google. All you gotta do is Google it. Every amazing place has a website now. You can go to Harvard Law, Cornell Law. All these law libraries online, you can look up books and definitions, and you can do research and history. But you rather waste that energy or that talent to look up immature or low vibrational things that are not feeding the soul. They're just here as distractions. Because if you can't answer a question of so what are you leaving for your future? If you don't have an idea on how to answer that question, you need to reevaluate your whole shit. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how old you are. As a matter of fact, the younger you get this, the better off you'll be. All right? You need to reevaluate what is priority in your life. Because if you know the names of all these rappers, and you know all their songs, and you know all their this and all their that, and you can't answer the question of what are you planning to leave behind for your future, for your children, then you need to pause and reevaluate your whole self. Because that is not going to fly. That's not going to fly in this day and age. It's not. Everyone in this day and age must be their own priest and priestess. You must be your own high priest and priestess. You must be your own president. You must be your own attorney. You must be your own lawyer. You must be your own broker. You must be your own contract creator. You got to do for self. This is not the day and age for middlemen. And if you can't, like I said, comprehend that, then you're going to be in for a world of hurt. It ain't like we ain't already been in a world of hurt as being so-called black African American people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people look at me like, oh, show, you sell out now because you don't want to be black. You're right, I don't want to be black. I'm not black. I never was black. No such people exist. No such people exist. To call me black, you might as well call me Walafla. What are you? I'm Walafla. Where are you from? I'm from Walafla. People will look at you like, what the fuck is that? What is that? Walafla. That's how it sounds to me when you say I'm black. I'm Walafla. Huh? I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time? I'm Walafla. What the fuck? What? Is that English? What language is that? Walafla. What country is that? You know what I'm saying? Can you come back to earth? Can you speak the language of men? Because men have mothers. Men have mothers. And their mothers have titles. Okay? Those titles being nations. So if you don't come from a nation, or you don't represent a nation, or you don't speak for one of the peoples of a nation, then get the fuck on with your bullshit. Straight up. Get the fuck on with your bullshit. If you got books, you got DVDs, you got all this shit, and you ain't talking about being yourself and identifying what the words mean and what it means to call ourselves certain things, the type of spells we cast, and you're not talking about nationality, but you want to talk about commerce and how to get this done, secure party creditor, how to tap into this account, how to discharge that, get the fuck on with that shit, man. You know why they say only the pure of heart get the greatest reward? You know why they say only the pure heart get the greatest reward? Because they come into it with no agenda. You know what that means? Because niggas who come in there with an agenda, they're looking for one thing. So guess what? They're going to be tunnel vision when they're doing their study. Tunnel vision study. You only want to see this because this is what you're looking for. You're trying to figure out how to sue someone, or you're trying to figure out how to tap into a TDA account. So this is where your vision of study is. That's all you can see, and there's all of this happening around you, but this is all you can see. That's what happens when you don't come in there with a pure heart. Because when you come in with a pure heart, you're open and acceptance to everything. Because even if it doesn't apply to what you're going through right now, you still want to know about it because you genuinely just want to know. So therefore, those who are pure of heart know a little bit more of everything because they genuinely wanted to know. They didn't just go in there based on, well, I want to know about nationality so I can stop paying traffic tickets. Get the fuck on with that shit, man. I love you to death, brother and sister, but get the fuck on with that shit. Get the fuck on with that shit. You are more-ish American. And guess what? If that's your mentality, you're still a nigga. That's still nigga shit. Always going into something for an agenda. And don't you comprehend that? Think about it. I came into this, right, with no agenda. Just to better myself. And I have bettered myself. I'm doing things I couldn't do before. I'm operating in ways I didn't operate before. I'm handling business in a way I didn't handle business before. Y'all slacking. It ain't even like I'm doing much. But I feel like I'm doing more than most. I feel like I'm doing more than most. Real shit. I feel like I'm doing more than most. And it's not even for you. I'm doing all this for me. And because you get to see my works, it inspires you to want to do for yourself. You see how that works? But only because that's only because I'm in it for me first. I can't help nobody or think about doing anything for nobody unless I think about doing it for me first. I'm gonna be able to talk to people about how to operate and work and not get attacks and stuff like that if that's not something I genuinely wanted for myself. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Duh. I can't extend something that I personally did not want myself. Maybe other people could do that shit, but I can't. I don't know how to do that shit, and I don't want to know how to do that shit. Okay? So, like I said, it's the day and age of being yourself, being your proper person. Okay? So if you're trying to get into this commerce and stuff like that, you better make sure you come with your hands clean and a pure heart. Come open to receive all information because everything is connected. You can't just come in there with tunnel vision learning. You only want to learn about one specific thing to get something done. Everything is attached to one another. Every other thing is attached to every other thing. So, if you want to learn how to sue, then you got to learn about jurisdiction. And if you want to learn how to exercise constitutional law, then you need to know about nationality and birthrights. And if you want to exercise birthrights, then you need to know about geography. And if you want to exercise history and geography, then you need to know history of you and where you come from. And where your mother was born, and the people that they came from, and the tribes and clans that they were a part of. So you see, it takes more than just me learning how to sue someone to sue someone. You figure deal me? It takes more than how to sue someone to sue someone. Man, know thyself. And when you know thyself, then you can step out and do what you need to do as yourself. But you can't be yourself while you're trying to figure out yourself, and then while you're trying to figure out yourself, you want to start moving in commerce. Your ship is going to sink. If that's how you're going to do. You're going to play that Admiralty game, your ship is going to sink. Alright? Your ship is going to sink. I suggest you tie yourself back to land. The sun is good, the sand is dry, the vegetation is fruitful. All right? Come back to natural law, constitutional law, treaty law. And you ain't gonna know about nothing about no constitution if you don't study no treaties. You ain't gonna know nothing about no people if you don't study no treaties. You ain't gonna know nothing about history, where people were at, what they were dealing with, what their citizenship status was, if you don't know nothing about no treaties. There's over hundreds of thousands of treaties across this globe. You don't know one? You should at least be able to name 3 treaties. At least 3 treaties. At least 3. At least 3. Treaty of Verona. You got the Treaty of Verona. I want to say the Barbary treaties, but that's too simple. You could go with the Treaty of Camp Holmes. You know what I'm saying? And then you can even go with the Treaty of Jeddah. All right, 3 treaties I named. You probably have never heard of them before. Look them up. You see what I'm saying? But there's treaties that tell the story of the people that were there and what they were experiencing, the reason why those treaties needed to come into place. And 9 times out of 10, whenever you see people putting treaties into place, is to bring what? Civilization, to bring order amongst the chaos, to bring peace amongst the war. And then with that comes a constitution to follow suit. But if you don't know that, you're going to be food. You're going to be fish food. All right? So I love my brothers and sisters. I don't want y'all to be fish food. All right? We've been starving because these vampires have been sucking off us. So I think it's about time that we start eating and eating well again, because we need to replenish our bodies, all right, with right knowledge so we can start making right moves. And if you're going to go into business, you need to make sure you have your national principles and standards on deck and on check. Okay? And with that being said, I'm your brother. I love you. Happy Holy Day. Islam.